Welcome to AllGen's Money Minute. Today we're going to be covering one of the most common questions we get, which is how do I roll over my 401k into an IRA rollover? Normally you see my business partner Paul rolled in right here next to me, but because of the pandemic, we're still practicing social distancing. So back to the question, how do we roll over our 401k into an IRA rollover? We're going to break this up into a two-part series because it does get a little bit complex, but we're going to first cover the basic 401k rollover. So in a basic 401k rollover, where you only have a traditional 401k, what you should do is to start off by looking at your 401k statement. You can either go online and get a statement, or you can just, if you have one mailed to you, you can look at it from there. And from that, you can see where the money is actually held. Like for example, you may have a Fidelity statement or a Vanguard statement, and you can see that that's the company that it's held. So step one, when you roll over your 401k, is to go to like a Charles Schwab or a Fidelity or a Vanguard and open up an IRA rollover. Okay, and you want to get your account number once you open up that IRA rollover. So now that you have your account number, go back to your statement and see, let's say for example, your current 401k is at Fidelity. And then let's say for example, you opened up your IRA at Charles Schwab. Okay, in that circumstance, what you're going to do is you're going to look at your Fidelity statement, find the phone number on there to call them, or just Google that phone number, call Fidelity up and say, most of the time you can do this over the phone, okay, especially if it's a larger employer. If it's a smaller employer, or sometimes like a government agency, well then you need to contact your benefits department or human resource department, and they will send you paperwork to take you through the process. But let's just say this is a larger company and your 401k is at Fidelity. And in that case, a lot of times you can just call them up and you can tell them verbally, I want to roll over my 401k into an IRA. They're going to take you through a couple steps, and one of the questions they're going to ask you is, how do you want your check made out? And so if using the example where we opened up the IRA at Charles Schwab, you say, make out the check to Charles Schwab and Company for the benefit of your name, and then give them the account number. Okay? They'll make out the check to the way you just described, and then a lot of times they'll either send you the check or they will send it directly to the new custodian. In this case, it's Charles Schwab. If they send it to you, then what you do is you just send that check to the custodian, in this case Charles Schwab, and they will deposit it into your IRA. One of the things they have to ask you from a compliance standpoint is, have you received the special tax notice? Now the special tax notice just goes over kind of all the ramifications of the different decisions you make, plus the tax ramifications. For compliance reasons, they can't move forward until you answer that if you received it, or they give you the right to waive receiving it. Okay? The way we're explaining it to you right now, there is not a tax consequence for rolling over your 401k, which is one qualified account, directly into an IRA rollover. Okay, and then once you go through all that, what they do is they sell the funds in your 401k, and then that money will be in cash. They'll send a check out to you, and like I said, then you deposit it into the custodian. So if this is complex or if it's overwhelming, look in the description down below, and we have a link that takes you to a 401k rollover portion of our website that goes into more details. So I hope this helps, and hope to see you soon. If you haven't already, click here to subscribe. We constantly upload videos on how to help you with your money and how to help you reach financial freedom.